Welcome, everyone, to Boys Love, Boys Love. This is episode 2 where we're talking about cherry magic. Did you know that after 30 years of not nutting, you can become a magician? Wow, I feel so unleashed without having to hold a microphone.
It really drains having to carry the pod. Archie, how are you?
I'm doing good, Adam. How are you?
I'm well. Thank you so much for asking.
Why don't we just get on with the show?
We are in episode 2. As we remember at the end of last ep,
it is later the same evening.
It is 3 minutes out. They've taken a cab to Kurosawa's
house.
Condo.
Like 1 bedroom apart.
A flat.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love that Kurosawa was like, hope you don't mind the mess.
Oh my God. Messy. I was going to say messy.
Ada.
Messy queen.
Messy
Kurosawa.
queen, sorry. And Adachi was like, what in the fuck? He literally said, mess my ass.
Yeah, he does. It's great.
So good.
But he also has Adachi outside the door has this moment where he was like, is he gonna force himself on me? And then is like, I'm overthinking, I'm overcomplicating things. Again, thinking is the problem.
The through line is thoughts but no action.
The moral of the show. Let me tell you right now, we're 2 episodes. The moral of the show is himboify yourself. Head empty.
Yeah.
I think
clear head.
Clear head.
We just need to not overthink. Still very much an important thing today. Why do you look like you're going to a pride event?
What do you mean? It's just a look. It's giving clownery.
It is giving clown.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
I love Kurosawa's apartment. This is I'm not joking, dream apartment. For me.
Yeah, very low to the ground.
Very low to the ground. A lot of wood. Like the wood paneling.
You say that. But we can't have it here. So it's like
I know,
but you say that.
It's dream.
And then like your foot will break or whatever. Your normal medical issues will flare up. And you'll be like, I have nowhere to elevate my leg because we're so de-elevated.
I have no idea where you're going with that. I think it's so pretty.
It's very pretty. Japanese minimalism. We love to see it.
What is that called? It's like Scandinavian, Japanese.
Scandinese.
Japandi.
Yeah.
Where it's like the mix of the minimalist of the Scandinavian and the Japanese.
It's
but
like
bringing in.
It's like Japanese minimalism meets like Scandi, like bright earth tones, like light woods, whites, creams, beiges.
Girl, my duality is that I live in Frutiger, Arrow, and then in Japandi.
Kurosawa's apartment, great set decoration. Congrats to the production designer. You really popped off with this one.
Yeah. Why was there a robot that said that the bath was ready?
Okay, this is a great question. I
need to know
actually,
answers.
I meant to look it up before this moment.
Oh. It was so loud.
I know there are elements of Japan where they are living in the future. So it's not surprising to me that they have a robot announce that the bath has been drawn.
Yeah.
But it is wild.
But it was fully like, the bath is now ready. And it was so loud that made me think
they showered, right? They didn't take a bath. But then,
know.
what does that mean? Just the water temp heated up?
The heating? Yeah, the heating. Very curious.
Shower is a big BL. This is our second BL with a shower.
Our Station of the Cross, the drying of the hair.
But showers in general.
Well, now, yeah. Oh, yeah.
I mean, this is...
Second episode shower.
Showering. Huge
gay.
awakening energy for, I think, a lot of gay people in general.
For you, it was Mario Lopez Nip Tuck.
Yes. Yep. That was early YouTube.
Early YouTube.
Before they had like 18-year-old blockers on videos. Early YouTube. We're talking like evolution of dance early YouTube. Do you remember that video with the guy with the purple socks? That energy. I think the scene of them connecting over like the manga is really cute. That they realize like they have something, or Adachi specifically realizes they have something in common. That's very sweet. And that was like the mess.
Yeah, it was like a moment for Adachi. I think like Adachi's like starting to chip away the not even fantasy, but like what he thinks Kurosawa is, which is like a perfect, like untouchable type person.
He's a robot.
Yes.
AI Hanbin.
AI Hanbin. Mm-hmm. Like you said, overthinking is one of the themes.
Yeah.
One of the themes I think for Adachi is kind of bringing Kurosawa down to a human level that like I can believe that he actually likes me for me.
Right. Yeah.
Because I think he thinks he's like perfect, obviously. So it's like, why would he ever have a crush on me?
Yeah.
So
that's true. So Adachi showers first, bathes first, comes out, has like these silk pajamas on, which I have like basically the same pair.
From Amazon Basics, right?
I don't think they're Amazon Basics. I just think I bought them on Amazon. Vernon from 17 also took photos in these.
A boudoir photo.
No, they just had a concept shoot and it was
in the boudoir,
pajama themed.
Boudoir.
So then Kurosawa goes to shower and then comes back out. We're both morning showers.
Yeah, I was doing both. And then remember you were like, why are you taking showers at night?
Oh, recently. Yeah. Because you had switched to night for some reason.
Just, switch it up.
I just feel like I'm not clean in the morning if I don't shower.
But
I also understand people who are like, I don't want to get my bed dirty, so I shower before bed. But our bed's already filthy because we let our dog sleep in our bed. So that's problem number one.
And my fantasy all the time was like he would have a cozy little cot under the bed. He did. Fridgic used to sleep under the bed, just like sometimes randomly he would just sleep under the bed. But I think that was when we had carpet underneath the bed.
It was when we had carpet underneath the bed. That's true. Why? What is the reason that he stopped sleeping under the bed, RJ?
Why?
Because you were like, Fridgic, come sleep up here. Fridgic, come sleep up here. Fridgic. Oh. Sorry. You can go back to sleep.
Fridgic, you have stands. You have verified stands.
You have canine stands.
Fridgic. We're going to make Fridgic photo cards.
So Kurosawa comes back out and Adachi is like pretending to sleep.
Yeah.
And Kurosawa tiptoes over and
I love how this is shot. I think it's so funny.
It's very funny.
Because Adachi is fully like, oh my God, he's going. Oh my God, what is he going to do to me? What is he going to do to me? And all he does is reach over and grab his phone.
Yeah.
But like the shot is just on Adachi and you just see the feet walking over.
Yes.
And I think it's so
it reminds me of the scene in Golden Girls when Dorothy's friend stays over. Dorothy's lesbian friend who has a crush on Rose.
I'm quite fond of you, Rose.
I'm fond of you too.
Jean is a lesbian. A lesbian?
Isn't that one?
Well, I've never met anyone personally, but isn't Dan Thomas one? Not Lebanese Blanche, lesbian. Lesbian.
Why do they isn't that when one woman and another? We already know what it is. But we can do the whole scene.
Well, Jean's a very attractive woman. She can have any man she wants.
She doesn't want any.
I don't see why not. Men have just so much more to offer. You know what I mean, though? To have Jean prefer Rose over me? That's ridiculous. We've outgained ourselves, I think.
This is really... by the end, I was just fully enraptured watching you perform.
I love that episode.
That's your favorite episode, isn't it? No. What is your favorite episode?
The murder mystery. The case of the Libertine Bell.
Yeah, that's right.
Yeah.
My favorite is...
although daughters frequently murder their mothers.
My favorite episode is probably... Oh, it's part 2 of The Sickness, part 2.
72 hours. Oh, no, it's the sickness one.
Yes. When Blanche comes in, she goes...
This is every man's work.
Just open it anyway and the magic will touch you. This doesn't make any sense. Since when are you a literary critic, Rose Nyland? What have you read, for God's sake? Silas Marner? Paul Bunyan?
Nothing. You know nothing.
People from Minnesota are considered well-read if they get through the Sears catalog.
This is why Hollywood voted.
Get it either. I will not have my words coming out of Glenn Close's mouth. I'd rather die. But I must sleep.
We're Adachi and Kurosawa geeking out about manga right now.
It's the same.
It's the same thing.
Gays love
connecting through culture. Yeah.
What's this? Next morning wakes up.
They couldn't sleep. And I thought this was really funny.
Oh, both of them. Yes. Yep. This show does a really good job at making it very clear that they're both in even though we spend most of our time with Adachi. You get so much confirmation that like they're both equally as nervous and excited about this like potential thing as the other person.
Yeah.
I think Adachi at this point is probably more like nervous.
Yeah, because he's really just like, I don't even know the base level of like what I'm supposed to feel.
Right.
It's also new. As opposed to Kurosawa, who is really just like, I have such a crush on Adachi that I want to like act cool, calm, and collected, like how he always perceives me.
Right. That's his like his defense mechanism. So Adachi wakes up finally after being able to get to sleep, and Kurosawa is making breakfast, which it is very impressive to be able to make breakfast in the same room, but make so little noise that the other person doesn't wake up from it.
Don't do this.
And that's all I will say.
To be fair, when I'm cooking and you're taking a nap on the couch, it's already been like an hour and a half from your nap. So that's why I'm making like...
You brought up nap. In what way was I referencing anything here at this house?
Just your tone seems very pointed.
They have breakfast.
Makes a gorgeous breakfast. And
what is a Japanese? Is it similar to like a Korean Filipino breakfast is like day-old rice. They
make into like a garlic rice situation.
Sometimes it's a spam.
You usually do have like egg. An egg, yeah, and then like a breakfast meat egg. I mean, so like,
but like Filipino obviously culture has been very influenced, especially was very heavily influenced by like American
processed
GIs in the 40s. So there is like a breakfast meat. It's very similar to an American breakfast, except it just has fried rice with it.
Yeah. It seemed like in Japan and even like in Korea, like sometimes they'll fully have like a rice porridge soup for like breakfast. You know, they'll have like a full, like hearty breakfast. In this one, Kurosawa makes him tamagoyaki, which is like the rolled omelet.
Oh, like it's super dense
and
small. Yeah.
And if you'd like to know how to make one, just click here to watch me make it. But Adachi is so... Like, he's clearly still nervous and like feels a type of way, right? But like he's genuinely excited about experiencing new things.
He's a good eater.
Very, very Jihyun in that way, I feel like. Which I do think like Jihyun wasn't nervous of like how he didn't... I don't think I ever got the nervous vibe from him.
I think the most common trope across all... I wouldn't even say BL. I would say romance as a genre across the globe is that you have one person, typically the more masculine one is like confident, and the other one is like either like quirky, I would say, which Adachi is like in the quirky realm, or they're like shy. I think it's not that Adachi is shy. I think Adachi is more shy, but I think this portrayal of Adachi is more like I'm klutzy, I'm kooky.
Like he's just
he's a little manic pixie dream girl.
Yes.
Not in a way where manic pixie dream girls became this trope of like they were just so like wise, but they had no idea that they were so wise, and so the like protagonist, the male protagonist, was like, wow, she just really gets it. Like that's not it, but there is like a quirkiness about Adachi as like a character.
Honestly, they could have easily, I hope they don't do this, but they could have easily done like a Western Netflix version of it, because Adachi's like trope is very like like a rom-com, like a Netflix rom-com where it's like I just keep stumbling over and
I can't get too far into this because I already know how where I'm going to put them on the graph.
Oh,
later.
Okay.
And it's not about
read,
quality.
it's just where.
Yeah.
It's just about where.
Just about the location on the plane.
Yeah, but I think it's just really cute how Adachi is so excited, and that in turn is causing him to be more confused about how he actually feels.
Yeah. So then he hears that Kurosawa's like, "Oh, I knew he liked Japanese food.
My research was correct."
Which means what? You saw him get fucking
because he was like
onigiri every day?
Yeah, because his research basically was like, oh, so he likes Japanese food. So I wonder if he's just like heard...
I have to ask this question. Are there Japanese people that don't like Japanese food?
You're an American that doesn't like American food.
That is not true. I love American food. If you're culturally from somewhere, I feel like normally it's like you like, even if it's not like your favorite thing you love to get, like it's, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
I just thought it was funny that he was like, oh, he likes Japanese food. I know he likes Japanese food.
But I've noticed that in a lot of the Korean shows we watch too, that people are like, oh, I'm in the mood for Korean. Like there's a term for like Korean food.
Yeah, that's true. So, but I feel like we have that same thing too. Like we just got Thai tonight, but like we would probably not say, let's get American tonight. I don't think we would be that specific. We would say like, let's get
a burger.
Because yes, we would say like, let's get a burger. Let's get chicken, blah, blah, blah.
And by burger, it's always Culver's. And by chicken, it's always Wingstop.
If it's a burger, it's going to be Small Cheval soon.
Now people will really know where we live. When he's like, thank you for letting me borrow your scarf. I'll wash it. I'll take it home and I'll wash it and give it back to you. And Kurosawa's like, no, it's okay. It's totally okay. And he grabs the scarf, like, totally, don't worry about it. And then his inner thought is like, oh, what a waste. I wouldn't want it to go to waste. Implying that like he wants to smell.
I did not.
Just small stuff like that.
I thought he was saying like, because he was returning it, he was like,
of like a task.
Yeah, it's a gift.
Oh, you never got it.
No.
Yeah, girl, it's what a waste of like, I don't want the smell to get out of the scarf so I can huff it.
It always comes back to
huffing?
No. To Call Me By Your Name.
Maybe that is a Station of the Cross in BL.
I thought you were about to say maybe Call Me By Your Name is a BL. Okay, well, we're now 5 minutes into the show.
And we've already reenacted an entire Golden Girls episode, so...
2. Okay, so he goes to have lunch, dinner with Tsuge, his best friend. We do not know much about Tsuge at this point. At this scene...
It's very expository in this scene, though, where it's like... Because Adachi is like, well, I figured you would know since you're one of the best-selling romance novelists of our generation. Yeah. And Tsuge's like, please don't say it out loud. I don't want anyone to recognize me.
Okay, huge for... Tsuge to be a male romance writer.
Yeah.
Okay, it's absolutely giving.
Yeah. We should ask our Nunas after Nuna.
We should ask our Nunas.
Like, are there male romance writers?
I mean, I'm sure there
are. But like, just like, what's the culture of like male romance writers?
Yeah. I feel like most male writers are giving like a James Patterson energy.
I would like to ask the Nunas just about the show because Tsuge is
he's a romance novelist.
So like, how does the portrayal, does it work for you or not?
So so 8th Sense students. This is our first, like, people have jobs.
Adults.
We have to start keeping track of jobs. Because there start to be some common, especially in the Thai girlies, there start to be some
engineers, mama.
There start to be some very common jobs that people have. But I'm thinking of like, in this one, obviously they're in an office. Office is just a general, it's always just like a general office.
Yes.
Fine. But like Tsuge being a romance novelist reminds me of the one with Chakanim.
The publisher and the writer, yeah.
Yes, but what was
Happy Ending Romance.
Happy Ending Romance.
Chakanim.
Chakanim. That reminded me of that. And then wasn't there another one? Oh, and then the other one.
My assistant. Well, they were he's a
graphic novelist. The one from this year where he like slept
individual circumstances.
Individual circumstances.
But he's like a novelist turned like screenwriter. No, a novelist.
A novelist, and then he was gonna adapt his novel into
and he was like, I don't know.
Right.
Because you ghosted me in film school or whatever.
We're not gonna be reviewing individual circumstances, so please don't ask for it.
Girl, that's a What Are Twice fans called.
That is a What Are Twice fans called. We can, you know what? Let's add it.
Let's add it right now.
Add it to the list. Tsuge is my least favorite character this is the one
in the show.
Yes.
Yeah.
And I don't know if it's this portrayal or it's just like the character in general. He's fine in these first 2 episodes. There's really nothing super crazy.
It's when spoiler alert, he ends up also becoming a magician because Adachi hears him like, oh, I'm also a virgin, basically, like in his thoughts. Because it's like, is the portrayal, I wonder if I think it's more of the writing of the character.
I think it's a portrayal. I'm thinking of just like,
does it feel too broad for you?
Yes, it goes really broad later. Like super broad. Yeah. And I do think there is
moments, obviously.
Especially in Japanese comedy, there is a more broad, like heightened level of like physical comedy. Because like even Adachi,
I mean, even here when he hears that like he's a yes,
great,
it's so good.
Adachi also has moments where he like gives big and broad, but he has so many moments where he gets to be quiet and reflective too.
Exactly.
So he gets to do both. Whereas like Tsuge, as the show progresses,
it's just one level.
Narrative continues. He is like every scene you're like girding your loins because you know he's gonna be like screaming. And it's like, I mean, it's a choice.
Yeah.
I don't know if it's my favorite choice, but
here's the thing. Maybe this is another reason why we need the text.
But we haven't even really talked about my favorite character in this show. So
well, go ahead. Tell the girls.
He hasn't even been named yet, so I'm not even going to talk about him yet.
That's right.
He doesn't really get named until the next episode.
Yeah.
So it's the owner who comes to that like work and wants the tea.
Oh, the tea. He's like,
yeah.
Like full Gretzko boss.
Yes. Big and broad.
Yeah.
We have this scene with the guy. I don't even know this character's name. The guy who sits behind.
Yes.
Adachi.
Homegirl behind him.
And he's like, wow, you finished all that work and Kurosawa helped you. So I know that Kurosawa basically did all the work. Ha 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 ha. And then calls Kurosawa over and is like, well, it's a good thing Adachi had your help because otherwise he never would have gotten all this done, blah, blah, blah. Miss Ma'am.
Girl,
you were
the one who pawned off the work to him. Now you're going to drag him?
Honestly, it's deplorable. But then like Kurosawa, which is like why Kurosawa is like the greenest of green flags in the history of like BL protagonists. He is like such a good guy. He like stands up for him and is like, actually, he really didn't even need my help. He was doing great on his own, but blah, blah, blah. Like
it's that really admirable thing of when someone has like that social clout that they can kind of like use it to their advantage. Like they know and they're aware of like their status.
They know their what's the word?
Status.
Privilege?
Status. Oh. I thought that's what you were going for.
No, I wasn't going for it.
Know your status.
Status joke.
It's not a joke, Adam. You have to.
You have to know your status. It's very true. It's not a joke. I was not correlating that with like calling people out at work.
But it's like one of those small ways that like if I was a Kurosawa type watching someone at my job, like I'm crushing on someone, girl, ooh, I would be like, ooh. It's just so like chivalrous and sexy.
Chivalry.
Listen. Modern chivalry.
It
still exists.
It has its moments.
Yeah.
People being like
chivalrous.
But is it chivalrous? Great.
This is where you see your future favorite character. Because he's like, oh, Kurosawa, that was so cool. Why can't you defend me like that sometimes?
Yes. He is so funny. His
Currently
character.
an unnamed character.
Currently
so
unnamed Twink. Office Twink. We'll call him for now.
Stay tuned.
Stay tuned. Later the same day, Adachi is like still working. He's working late again because Miss Girl once again has been like, maybe you'll do this for me.
He's like, yeah.
Adachi.
And then once again, chivalry.
Chivalry isn't dead.
Kurosawa is standing there, like waiting for him.
Like a little lost puppy.
He's just like waiting for him to sit down so that he can hand him like the files that he needs to finish the job again.
Yes.
It's so cute.
Yeah.
And this scene, I'm going to post this video right here.
Okay.
But what happens in the scene? And then I turn to my left and watch Adam fully bawling. Because he just wants to believe people will do right in the world.
I still believe in spite of everything that people are really good at heart. It's a quote from the Diary of Anne Frank. There's like the goofy, like he drops all the papers. So then...
And he screams as if like someone like crashed a car. Like he was like,
oh.
Ah!
Yes. And then Kurosawa's like putting everything away. Putting the files back in their rightful place, and that's when he hears like
they touch, which I love the zooms every time there's like a touch. It's like,
oh yeah, and it's like I do like that it's there's only been one touch that has not been believed. Well, two, and they were both in the first episode. The one was like when he touched the guy who sat next to him, and the guy didn't notice, which like okay, and then the other time was when the fussy scarf setting, which was just taking a very long time. But other than that, all the like touches are very like plausible, which is nice. I do like that they keep it understandable why it's happening. Yeah.
And in this one, it's fully like, I just love helping him. And I think after like today, I just think he probably doesn't see me anything more than just a colleague at work that wants to help him. So I'll just do that. Because it'll make me happy seeing how happy he is. And Adam wept.
I don't even know why. That didn't
happen in the first time.
No, it did not happen the first time. But I think because I know the end, but also like how good of a guy he is.
I think that's the thing. I think you're discovering from the very beginning how good Kurosawa truly was.
Because we watched this. I mean, I guess
It was pretty.
I had seen like maybe 4.
Yeah.
It wasn't like a ton.
It was when you first finished. I think it was when we finished Bad Buddy. Because that's when you were like, I want to do one of every country.
Oh, yeah, yeah. He says, if it means I can be by his side, I'll just be his colleague. And that was when I started crying.
And as a fellow, and as colleagues.
Yes. So he picks up his stuff and he is like, well, have a good night. And then goes to leave. And then Adachi is like racked with this turmoil of being like, should I?
He says, I can't ignore him.
Yeah.
Which like, it's not the same as like love bombing, obviously. I think
it's very, the only reason he knows anything is because he can hear his thoughts. There's no way he would think anything outside of this.
But it's that feeling of like, I know how hard he's trying to want to like express his man too, like express his feelings. Mm-hmm. And it's really interesting. Don't do that to him. Watching him like be confused whether he should go for it or not is really interesting because it's like, it's that thing of like, it's making him get out of his comfort zone because he knows that it'll work out. You know what I mean? Like it's taking out the second guessing of like, well, does he like me?
Right.
So it really is just like, are you brave enough to go for it?
Yes. And he's the hottest guy at work.
He's the hottest guy at work. It's so good.
Yeah,
the plot, right? Like the plotting out of the points is so good.
The like beats that they have to go through. Yeah. So he runs.
Runs to the elevator.
So he runs back to the elevator. He catches the door. And Kurosawa's like, Adachi? And then Adachi asks him out to dinner. I don't think it's like clear that it's like a date.
But he's just like, do you want to go eat? Like, do you want to get something to eat?
Yeah. Do you want to go get some dinner? And that's where we end it. That's the end of episode 2.
I know.
Cliffhanger after cliffhanger after cliffhanger. My God.
It's really good. MVPs?
It's hard.
It's hard.
Because we really only have like two characters.
Yeah.
I'm going to pick Kurosawa this time. Because I really like his inner monologue.
That inner monologue.
Yeah. It's really good.
I think I'll also pick Kurosawa.
You know, there's so many characters in the show, and you don't know it when you start the show. You just think they're like random extras.
I know.
It's so funny.
It's so good.
It's so good.
Because you just see them like passing by.
Yeah.
Then you realize they're like, oh, they become a real person.
Yep.
I think I'll also say Kurosawa. I thought the sequence of them like not being able to fall asleep was really good and really funny.
Yeah.
Kurosawa's like inner thought, the scarf thought, the what a waste, that sealed the deal for me.
That's very funny.
But it's just like, how would you act if the person that you have a huge crush on is in your house? In your bath.
In your scarf.
In your scarf.
See you next week for episode 3.